So in this video, we're going to talk about 4 to 5 things that are holding people back from building wealth. And I'm not sitting here saying I'm the richest person, I'm the smartest person, listen to me, but simply just things that I have observed, learned, and applying to my life to build wealth myself over the next 10, 20, 30 years. Now, the first thing that I have really learned is people who build wealth think in longer time frames. They think in 10, 20, 30-year time frames as opposed to days, weeks, and months. And they're also willing to be consistent and do things for a long period of time without even seeing results initially, because they know what they're doing and they understand that all great things come from tail events and they come from compounding results. Now, I'm not just talking about in terms of investing. While that's obviously important, hey, invest 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 bucks a month into whatever it is you guys are trying to do, whether it's Bitcoin, S&P 500, whatever. You do that for a long period of time. Yeah, you're not going to get rich in a month. You're not going to get rich in a year or 5 years, but all that compounding is really going to pay off down the road. But they also understand this from a skill standpoint. So all of the things that you're learning on a daily basis, all of the knowledge that you're gaining, all the relationships, the reputation, all of these things are going to compound over time, which is going to help make more money and make money easier down the road. But a lot of people, especially from a business standpoint, they want to jump from business to business. They want to jump from skill to skill. So they don't really get great in any certain industry or really get great at any certain skills because they don't allow those skills, that time, that reputation, your connections to really build into compound, which is where you're going to get a lot of that wealth and a lot of those results over a long period of time. So that's just simply one of the keys to just building wealth. It's not always going to be interesting. It's not always going to be fun. It's going to take a long time, but again, that is what it's going to take. So you need to be willing to be consistent. Any business really that you start, any business that I'm sure all of these super wealthy people, the first year, the first 6 months, the first 18 months, probably they didn't make any money. They didn't see great results. But then year 2, okay, it started to pay off. Year 3, okay, now you start making some money. Now year 4, year 5, boom, all of a sudden, it's that hockey stick curve where you're really starting to make money really fast, but people didn't see those years that led up to it. That was that compounding interest of you building skills, reputation, knowledge, understanding, and then all of a sudden it takes off. So to me, wealthy people are willing to do things for a longer period of time. They're willing to not see results for a longer period of time. And they understand that, hey, I'm doing this for the long term and it's going to take time to get to where I want. But the second thing that really holds people back from building wealth is just simple education. How many hours have you spent trying to actually understand what is money? How does it flow? How does it work? How does the US banking system work? How does credit work? How do people build value? Why do people actually exchange money for goods? Like, you don't even understand all of that and you're trying to make money. So what I've noticed is all of the richest people, the wealthiest people, they're constantly learning. They're constantly reading. I think that the average CEO reads 52 books a year. The average American reads 1, maybe 2 books a year, if that. It's not just their, oh, you know, they get handed a trust fund. No, these people are constantly learning and trying to gain an edge. All this new knowledge, then they're immediately trying to apply it to continue to build their business or whatever it is that they're trying to do. So I think way too many people are ashamed of trying to pick up a book. Oh, that's lame, that's not cool. That's fine, but have fun not being able to have money because you don't understand how the game works. You can either complain, oh, the system's rigged, the rich get richer, all this stuff, but guess what? The poor people are not reading books. If they are, guess what? They'll probably eventually become rich. They're not gaining knowledge. They're not trying to figure out, how does this game work? How does the system work? How did this person get wealthy? How did this person get wealthy? When you do understand it, you understand it is just a game, but you also know how to play the game and how to play by its rules. And when you do come to this education, you do understand, okay, how do people get wealthy? How do people make money? Then you realize, okay, almost every single person who's rich did not A, save their way to riches. So A, you're gonna have to invest, but B, most of them own a business or they're invested in businesses or they're in, say, something like private equity or a super high earning career. But at the end of the day, you're not gonna save your way to wealth and you're usually not gonna earn your way via a salary. So once you understand, again, just understanding how the game works, then you can start to take risks. You can start to learn things that you need to do and start setting yourself up so you're on that trajectory and on that path. Now, once you understand that, it's being able to understand, I need to take a risk. At the end of the day, if you never take a risk, if you never make a jump, hey, you know, I'm gonna try to start this business, I'm gonna try to do this, I'm gonna invest in this company. It might not work out, but I think it could be really good. If you don't understand risk, if you don't understand reward and how these things play into each other and the statistics and the probability of things, you're gonna have a really tough time becoming rich. I heard a really good quote the other day of all poor people see opportunity as a scam, right? You see things like, oh, Bitcoin comes around, oh, that's a scam, that's a scam, that's a scam. Meanwhile, if you just took a little bit of time to understand it, to educate, you could have made so much money. And there's opportunities all over the place when the internet first came around, when YouTube first came around. Rich people, what I have noticed is they're willing to try things. They're willing to look stupid. They're willing to take these risks, and some of them may not work, but guess what? You only need 1, maybe 2 of them to get really rich and to get wealthy. So rich people understand the risk to reward game, and they're willing to look dumb, to fail, to mess up, but poor people always see opportunities as just a scam scam. Oh, that's stupid. That's this, that's that. Understand risk to reward. You only need to be right once. You can fail 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 times. You only need 1 or 2 to really work out, and then you're set for life. And then the other reason people are scared to just take risks, like I was saying, is the socioeconomic aspect. Like, oh, I don't want to start, a YouTube channel like I'm doing right now. I don't want to start the business because, what are people going to think of me? Or what if I failed and I look stupid? Guess what? Nobody really honestly cares. They're not going to really remember you. They're not going to talk about you. So you just have to be willing to look stupid sometimes for a certain period of time. And that's just what people do. And that's just what it's going to take. So you kind of just have to get over that social aspect of things. Man, at the end of the day, if your friends are sitting there making fun of you because you're trying, those probably aren't great friends. And there's another good quote. Obviously, I'm sure some of you guys have probably seen it on social media. A rich person's never going to make fun of you for starting a business. A super in shape person's never going to make fun of you for starting going to the gym. A social media influencer is not going to make fun of you for starting to post content, right? It's always the people below you that are going to make fun of you and are going to say things, and those people aren't worth listening to anyways. Now, the last thing, which is where a lot of people get trapped, is trying to look rich. Even if you do all of these things and you start making a shit ton of money, and immediately you just start spending as much or more than you're making, and you're always trying to look rich, you're gonna have a very tough time actually becoming rich. So the key is, okay, even when you are making money, a couple years, not looking rich, reinvesting that money either back into the business, back into yourself, or just back into the market, into things that you believe in over the long period of time. If you just immediately, as soon as your lifestyle improves, obviously you just start buying things to kind of match that, right? Your income, boom, you just keep moving everything. You might just have to go 2-3 years where you're making a lot of money, but your lifestyle isn't creeping up. That's where you can really start to set yourself up. And then when you do set yourself up and you have a great safety net, that's when you can start taking even more risk, right? Because hey, I have whatever in the stock market, dividends, my income is, set no matter what. Even if I completely fail all my businesses, I have a safety net. Boom, now you can start being more aggressive in terms of taking risks, and then have one that works out even more, which again, you're just continuing to build your wealth. So don't try to look rich on your way to actually getting rich. Become rich first, then you can worry about all that other kind of stuff and not have to worry about it and stress and continue to work hard every day just to be able to pay for your lifestyle. So that's just stuff that I have observed. These are lessons that I've learned. These are things that I'm trying to apply. If you guys like it, if you guys got anything out of it, share it with a friend, hit the like button, comment. We appreciate it. See you guys soon. Peace.